Alrighty, guys, I'm Morthadon, bringing you guys Reincarnated as a Slime, episode 6. So, last episode took me for a little bit of a loop because we still had some of the funny stuff, but it got a little bit more serious with the trial. Even though the trial was a bit silly itself in the way that it was formatted, like the way their justice system works. But regardless of that, it felt a little bit heavier. I didn't sympathize with the he's a minister, I believe. I didn't sympathize with him too much, but it definitely wasn't like meant to be funny, like the rest of the show has been up until this point. But and also the more serious turn where the king of Dwargon has sent an elf with intent to keep an eye on them. So hopefully the elf sees that the elf is probably gonna see that they're assembling, but hopefully he sees that they're good too, or she. I think it was a female elf. But yeah, I'm hoping that the elf will see that they're not hurting anybody, and except for like people that come after them, like they just defend themselves and they're just trying to live, and can report that back to Dwargon. But who knows? They might get the wrong idea, but let's hope they don't and cause a commotion. But yeah, so that's pretty much what happened last time, and now I'm looking forward to see what happens this time. So why don't we jump on into it? Alrighty, guys, so like usual, there's going to be a Vimeo link in the description. You can click that. It'll send you right to my reaction, one click away, super duper easy. And you can watch my reaction there, and then you can come back here for the discussion. And basically, it's for, real quick, it's because a lot of anime gets taken down super easily, and instead of doing the whole thing like some channels do where I try to upload it to YouTube and then it gets taken down and then I have to re-upload it to Vimeo anyway, which happens for a lot of the stuff that I did in the beginning when I first started doing the YouTube stuff. This just works out so everything will always be like, this format is consistent throughout my entire channel. It's not going to be, oh, sometimes you have to click the highlight link. Oh, sometimes the video is embedded in the YouTube video, and yada yada. That's why I do it. So yeah, go ahead and click that Vimeo link right now, guys. Alrighty. So that is the end of episode 6 of Reincarnated as a Slime. That was a fantastic episode. So I feel like I have a lot to discuss on this one. So they time skipped all the way back to the village. We had, it seemed like Rim was trying to teach Ranga some moves, and I don't know if it works like that. Like, since he has that lightning ability in the form of the Tempest Star Wolf or whatever it's called, his form. Does that mean Ranga should have it too? He just needs to learn it? Or can he transform into something and use other abilities? I think he can only use the abilities of what he transforms into. But interesting. That's pretty cool. We never got to see if Ranga could actually do it, so I guess that'll get revealed later on. Unless Ranga was the one that used it right then. Excuse me, sorry. I was like almost yawn, kinda yawn. Unless Ranga was the one that used it at the part with the ants. But I don't think it was, because Rim was saying, yeah, it's too powerful, I shouldn't use it. So I'm pretty sure that was still him doing it. So we still don't know if Ranga actually learned it. And then we have Gobta, who managed to escape the dungeon by summoning a Star Wolf, which I had the theory last episode that Gobta got out because he he had the Rim said something like, if you want to leave, just call the Star Wolves and they'll help you. Like, I thought I remember him saying that, and so I thought that was how Gobto was gonna get out of that situation, but I wasn't positive. And so it turns out that he was just able to summon one. Now, when he summons them, does he summon them from another location? Like, are they just chilling with their pack somewhere? Or are they like... and he summons them from there, they just vanish from there and reappear here? Or is he summoning a creature out of nothing? Like, is he just making a Star Wolf? Like, almost like you summon a mount from, like, WoW or something, where you just pull it out of nothing, you know? That's interesting. I wonder if, like, so can all 500 of those goblins, all of them at the same time, summon a Star Wolf or a Tempest Wolf? Or is it limited to the amount of Tempest Wolves there are that they have, you know? Like, obviously, I'm sure they can probably breed, so I'm sure that pack's gonna get bigger of Tempest Wolves that they have, so that'll probably happen, but, that's interesting. And Gobta's showing potential of, like, stuff, like he summons something, so he has some kind of, affinity for an ability other than, probably more than just summoning. Which is pretty cool. I know I did see him in the opening with the line of characters, so it's cool that he's getting the ability to do stuff, and he's not just gonna be like a gag character to create laughs, you know? Like, I still think he's probably gonna be that a bit, but it'd be cool if he's, like, useful too, and not just, like, useful comedic humor character, you know? But yeah, so then we had the guilds investigating the forest, and the Shizu, the summon chick, there as well. Interesting. I wonder if she was ordered to go investigate, or if she was just doing this on a whim. We don't know that yet, but we do know that she can be ordered. And when she talked about it, she looked really sad, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So those people came to the village, and the village is getting bigger. We had, like, more groups join, and I believe he said he named them all. That's why he slept for 3 days, I think. Or did he name did he name all of them? Or did he only name, like, a certain amount of them? I missed the line right before. He said he slept for 3 days, but I missed the line right before that, where I think that explained that little bit. But I'm assuming he said he named them and then slept for 3 days. So that's what I'll go with. So the village got a lot bigger. He took them in. It was almost like he didn't want to expand that much. Probably because he fears, like, being too much of a threat to the country. Or appearing like a threat to the country, I should say. Because they're not threatening, they're not supposed to be hurting humans or anybody, they're just trying to be peaceful. So they're technically not a threat, but it probably looks threatening from the outside looking in, you know? But, yeah. So I'm guessing that's why he didn't want to take them in at first, but then he heard that the ogres... Oh, I can't remember the other ones now. Ogres and 2 other races were fighting over dominance over this forest that they're in, so we might see that come into play. We might see some of those other races coming in and attacking, and I wonder if they're going to merge with them as well. And they're just going to create, like, a metropolis of monsters. I don't know if metropolis is the right word, but it sounded good. It sounded right. But, yeah, so, and then the guilds went and investigated, and they ended up getting somewhat saved. We got to see some good moves from Shizu, but it seemed like she ran out of mana, if I were to make a guess. They didn't say it, but, you know, I'm a big gamer, so whenever I see someone using magic, I assume there's a limit to that magic, which you could consider your, like, magic points, or mana, in a lot of games. And when you run out, you can't cast any more spells, which seems like what happened to her. She seemed like she like tried to, and then it hit her. And you know, in a lot of these shows, I think it happened in shoot, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh man, I can't remember the Japanese name, but it's like, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? That one. I feel like I used to know, start with a D, Dan Maki, I think. That one, they had something where when they ran out of mana, they had like mana down, and it almost like they like went to sleep. Because we saw like the main character like pass out on his feet a few times from using too much mana, kind of like that sort of thing. So Rim was able to save him from the last ant, but Shizu almost handled the entire situation herself. Um, and then that, like I mentioned, that kind of opened up dialogues because they saw the slime and it was a talking slime, and they even skipped over the whole like convincing them to come into a village of goblins. They were just fine with it. They just came in and started eating. So that's cool. I thought there would be a little bit more like apprehension of it. Like they're just like, oh, there's so many goblins. Like we shouldn't be here. These are all monsters, you know. But they just skip right over that. Um, that was pretty cool. I'm glad that things are going smoothly because I don't think you need conflict in a story to be good, in my opinion. Like obviously, like they even stated in like the first episode that this was like a slice, you know? So it's almost like a slice of life, but in another world with an overpowered slime. So realistically, we don't need like all the country to come in and war them. Like I had theories of that, like at other points. We can just see this slime building a town of monsters and trying to create peace. And, you know, we have mini conflicts that happen and he solves them relatively easily because he's OP. And we just have some nice talks and stuff. But if I were to talk about some conflicts that could come into this, we had the summon girl look like she was in pain and she almost grabbed her heart, which they said the curse was on her heart. And the I imagine that might be more orders for her. And I wonder if these mages that summoned her are able to see through her eyes or just have some kind of knowledge of what she's doing. Because I wonder, like, if that was an order that she got right then, I wonder what it was. Because I just insinuate when you tell me that someone's been summoned from another world with a curse on their heart to do whatever the caster says, that sounds evil to me, like evil purposes. So that's why I assume that these people are probably using her to fulfill their ambitions and not always in a good way. And I'm worried that they might be ordering her to attack the village. Which could still happen because we didn't sum up their journey there. They haven't left yet. So that's one thing I'm worried about if we wanted like a bigger conflict. And then obviously this is one where this Rim is not gonna want to just kill her. He's gonna want to protect her, but also stop her from what she's doing. So he's gonna have to find a way to subdue her without hurting her. And I had the thought through the episode, I wonder if there's some way for him to eat the curse off her heart. Kind of like he ate the entire bubble that, oh wow, I can't remember his name now. Starts with a V, the dragon. Oh, shoot. Shoot! I can't remember his name now. They mentioned it in this episode, Storm Dragon. Shoot. Okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna remember right now. My bad. But kind of like he ate the whole bubble around the Storm Dragon. And Veldora, I think it was. I can't believe I remembered. Anyway, the I wonder if he's able to do that. Like, he's a slime, so could he go down into like a molecular form and actually go like through her pores to her heart or something and like eat the curse off? Or maybe like he can get like a counter spell ability that's like very strong that he can just cast at her in a way and counter the spell to free her. But I think freeing her might be something like I imagine the plotline is going to go there eventually, right? I don't know when, but something like she's going to be ordered to do something she doesn't want to, and and Rim is going to see that she like hates doing this, like and he's going to see her sad, and he's going to want to help, and that's going to be interesting if he can do that or find a way to do it, which I'm sure he can because he's OP. But yeah, so it seems like the town isn't under guild jurisdiction that they're building. Like, they said, like, the guilds don't have a say in it, really, but they're not sure of what the country would say. So, realistically, for now, the guilds probably shouldn't, like, they're gonna report back to the guild master maybe next episode or something like that. And that guild master guy might just be like, alright, thanks for the info. And he might not do anything unless they hire the guilds, maybe. If the country hires the guilds to go after the village or something. But, yeah. I liked how we got to see a little bit of backstory. I wonder if, so she had all those burns on her from when she got summoned, which is interesting because she got summoned in, like, it was almost like the fire is what was used to summon her, but it burned her too. Seems like a very inefficient technique, but they said it looks like we have another failure, so I'm guessing there's some risk to summoning, and I guess that's part of the risk. So she was all burned, and like that mark on her face, like I said, looks like almost like the mark she has now, just not as bad. So it seems like they might have been able to heal her some, but not all the way. Or she was healed all the way, but she wanted some kind of symbol of that, so she had that tattoo put there, and it is a tattoo. I don't know. Or it could just be leftover burn mark, and they could heal all the rest but that. I don't think... Does she have armor, like clothing all the way down her arms? Because I didn't notice all the burns on her arm. I believe it was just one arm. And also, I saw a glimpse of her when she was younger in the outro before I started looking away a bit because I didn't really want to watch it. I didn't want to analyze it too much. But I saw her arms, I believe. You could see her forearms. I didn't see burns, so maybe they were able to heal a lot of it. And it didn't scar her for life, which is cool. The whole scene with the Rim showing her scenes from Japan is really cool. It's pretty touching. I really like that. That was really nice of Rim to do. And at first I was a little confused because she laughed at the joke that was apparently from a game. And I was thinking if they were, like, I don't know, I'm really bad with history, so I don't remember when those bombings happened, but I'm pretty sure it would have been before a game that Rim would recognize, you know? Like, I don't even know, like, I don't know if it's a video game or a board game. I'm guessing a video game, and I'm, like, I would assume either video games were just getting started back then or didn't exist. Like I said, I'm really bad with history, so I have no idea around the date of when that happened. I don't even know when, like, the first video game, like, was made, but so I was really confused about that, like, why she was able to get the joke when she was summoned from such a long period of time ago. And it seems like, and I was like, yeah, so I was a little bit confused. And then she started talking, and she's like, oh, it's from a game. But then she said, I'm glad I saw it, because I would have been very confused and questioning things. But she said, someone else told me about the game. So I think she met someone else from Japan in this world that told her about the game. So that's interesting. Although, it's kind of funny that she was able to get the joke enough to laugh at it, because like it's kind of like if someone told you about a joke in a game and you were like aware of it, and then you heard someone else say that joke like years later, like I don't know if I'd laugh at that kind of thing, so that's kind of interesting. um but if you experience the joke yourself within the game, I feel like it's more like sentimental to you and it might make you laugh. But anyway, I'm nitpicking at this way too much. It's not a big deal. They explained it well enough for me, and yeah, so it was a great episode. I wonder when the Storm Dragon Vildor is going to come back. And I also mentioned it during the intro, I think. I wonder when he's going to get the human form that we see in the intro. I guess we still have a lot of episodes, though, because there's like 26 episodes in this show, isn't there? So, we're only on episode 6, so plenty of time to get into a lot of things, which is pretty cool, where, like, I love progression-type shows where you get to see things, like, same with games, too, like, I'm a big fan of, like, the simulator kind of games where you slowly increase your wealth in order to make more wealth, essentially, so like farming sim, I don't even like it just because it's like farming and oh yeah, I love tractors. No, I just love like farming, selling what you like grow and harvest and everything, and then making more money, buying better equipment and making even more money and scaling it up like that. Same with factory games, where you start with like the small factory, you starting off like hand gathering stuff, and then you eventually like for like Factorio and stuff, games like that, and you eventually build up this big factory that automates everything, and you just see that progression. So that's how I kind of feel with this show, with the town that they're making, is we get to see them like one episode they're just a little band of goblins that have no idea what's going on, then they get names and they evolve. And now they have dwarfs building houses, and now more clans came in. They have a hierarchy, they have a king, you know, they have tents and everything, and now they're building like actual houses, I believe, and jewelry and weaponry and everything, and just seeing that progression is a lot of fun for me. I really like it. So yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this episode, though. There might have been a few things, because there's a lot in this episode I did want to touch up on. Might be a few things that I missed talking about, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to. The last thing I want to mention is, does her fire ability come from being like possessed by that demon thing? Because you might have an affinity for fire, the summon guy said, and then that demon thing was like going at her. I wonder if it like possessed her, or if she's somehow like utilizing its power or something. That's interesting. But yeah, that was one thing I wanted to touch up on real fast. But I do see the episode name of the last thing, because I still have the episode paused on my recording software. I can still see it, and then it says next time, Conqueror of Flames. So it seems like we're gonna get more info on the chick in the next episode, which is pretty cool. Sorry I read that, but it was kind of there. I had already read it, so I figured I'd mention it rather than just like pretending like I didn't see it. But yeah, Conqueror Flames. So we're gonna learn more about the summon chick, I think. Assuming, because she does fire stuff, and we saw that fire demon, and that's how it ended. So not like it's very far-fetched to like think that anyway. But yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you are enjoying these reactions. If you are, please subscribe to the channel so you get updates whenever new stuff comes, and check out my Patreon if you wish to support the channel and get some benefits for it and all that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.